Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this round-robin game, Series 4, I think, so far in the entirety of the round-robin, between Inforced Bears and UNiTE Gaming. I am Usheen Blood Penguin Malloy. We're going to get straight into picks and bans. Whoa, flying out of the traps right here. We got Bears immediately banning out Kazakh and Corky. Razor is already a pronounced Kazakh player, loves that champion. Corky, not so much convinced about, but we do know exactly where they like to go with that. He's a very high burst ADC, not great siege potential ones to hit the late game. Then we have a look at the other side. We have got Syndra and Gnar. Gatsu has been unbelievable on that Gnar in the top lane as a very, very smart ban, very targeted ban as well. Syndra, you don't want to give Starku that Syndra. They actually banned Jarvan on the side of Bears. They don't want. They're really targeting Razor right here, but they give up Lucian to Wolven straight off the bat. That is not a good start, in my opinion, for UNiTE. He is very, very comfortable on that champion. Even when he doesn't do well, he still does well. And we see the double tank APs, if you like, locked in for UNiTE. They are going to go with Maokai in the top lane and Ryze in the mid lane, but that just frees up, a Kappa for Thresh, maybe even an Orianna here for Starku as well. They get a little bit of time. They know exactly what they're facing against. There's not really much of a high chance Razor is going to take that Maokai into the jungle. It isn't as effective against most current junglers right now, but as you can see, the two most kind of popular junglers, or most meta junglers, if you like, have been banned out by the Bears. So they're really taking their time with this particular one. as we wait for them to try and lock in. They're doing very well so far. They're 3-1. UNiTE playing their first game since the roster swaps. And if any of you don't know the roster swaps so far, we had, of course, Hustling going off to FM Esports. He got picked up there. He is now on their main roster as support. And we did see Boxy being dropped as well for the favor of Jamie and UNiTE Bush. I'm pretty sure Bush is in the top lane. We see a Yasuo, though, being picked up by Starku. Not something I would have imagined him being his champion. Orianna, Syndra do come to mind. Syndra was obviously banned, but they seem to be comfortable with it. They're getting it away effectively from Unlimit. Don't know if that really works in this particular sense. So we wait to see now what UNiTE reply with. We see a Jinx Janna, the JJ, coming in for UNiTE. I don't know if I like the Jinx in this particular one, because unless Jamie V2, I assume he's going AD carry, unless JD, as he is the one with holding the heal, unless Jamie V2 comes, positions himself almost immaculately and Coco Pops keeps him 100% safe. Cap has landed some incredible hooks so far in this round robin series. He has been on point with Thresh. It's something he's very, very comfortable on. I don't know if this is maybe it is. I know for a fact that it's the second most played champion, so it is going to be locked in. Jamie V2 going to get that Jinx locked in for him. Coco Pop's going in with the standardly OP, in my opinion, kite of Janna. Not bad so far for them. As we see now, the Bears doing tribute to the salute to the Volibear. It most likely won't be locked in, but the Lee Sin will. XJ very, very comfortable on that. And that kind of forces Razor onto something like an Elise almost, because they're going with a kite kind of keep the long sustained fights. Really, they're not really any huge burst on their team. They have long sustained damage coming out from the Rise. They have a great tank in the sense of Maokai, and Jinx is just there to kind of be a good siege, and obviously Janna there to kite. We do see the Gragas being picked up. Gatsu very, 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 very comfortable on that champion. He brought it out more than 3 or 4 times in the G-Line Summer Series. As we wait to see now what UNiTE reply with. This is UNiTE's first competitive game with the new roster, so there might be a couple of ironing outs to do. Maybe might be as gelled as they were with Boxy and Hustling. But we'll see how they get on. And I can explain the importance of this game actually once we get into the 3-minute delay, and we'll run through the champ select and we'll run through everything. But right now, it's definitely Yasuo comp in the hands of Bears, and let's see what UNiTE are looking for. They're going to go with a Xerath. So that is a Maokai in the jungle. I personally think that is a big mistake right there. If they knew they weren't good, if they were going to leave the Rise up, or the Lee Sin up so long, they really should have tried to secure that a hell of a lot earlier, considering that, yes, Maokai isn't inherently bad in the jungle, but Lee Sin can bully him. Lee Sin, XJ can invade, knowing that there's not really a lot he can do, especially with the kind of low mobility of Unlimit on Xerath. He has got his global, obviously, when he hits level 6. But apart from a good bit of long-range poke, he hasn't really got a lot of kind of assists, really, especially if Yasuo can get in front of, get in I was going to say all up in his face, but that's not really the term I was looking for. All around him, he can knock him up, get something off there just because he's distracted. Very, very interesting pick. I'm not sure if I believe the tree belongs in the jungle. I believe he belongs in the top lane. But they did go with the Rise in the top lane, so that's going to be Rise on Bush. So let's have a look at the two locked-in teams. On the blue side, it is Inforced Bears with Gatsu, with Gragas in the top lane. XJ's got Lee Sin in the jungle. Starku has got Lucian has Yasuo in the mid lane. And your duo lane is going to be Wolven on Kappa, on Lucian, and Thresh in that order. And on the purple or red side, whichever you prefer, you have got UNiTE Gaming. You have got Bush's Rise in the top lane, I should say. Razor on Maokai in the jungle. And Limit with that very, very comfortable Xerath. They actually didn't come limited. He's very good with that champion. Landed some very, very nice ultimates in a few other games we saw previous to any of this tournament. In the mid lane, we have him in the mid lane with Xerath. We have got their duo lane, of course, of Jamie V2 and Coco Pops with Jinx Janna. Now, to explain to you, if you do not understand the round robin series so far, every team plays every other team, which is going to be, you have Inforced Bears, UNiTE Gaming, Relentless Gaming, also previously known as SMT Swag Money Team, and you have got Imperium Gaming, who also were also called Unforgiving Chronics. The 4 teams play every other team in a best of 2, effectively. So you can draw or you can get 2-0. Every single win they get lands them a point in the bracket, in the table. So basically the way it works is, at the end of the day, whoever has the most points, i.e. the most wins, at the end of the tournament, after everyone's played each other, becomes the first seed. First seed plays against 4th seed in the live finals, with 2nd seed playing against 3rd. So that's first seed. Very, very important. And right now, let's talk about the brackets for a moment, because right now Bears playing all their matches very, very early. They're actually the one team that didn't go through any roster swaps, and they've honestly looked the strongest. They've come out a little bit shaky sometimes in previous games, especially against Relentless Gaming. They looked a bit shaky in Game 2, but against Imperium Gaming and in Game 1 against Relentless Gaming, they looked absolutely dominant. They are 3-1 right now, winning 2-0 against Imperium Gaming and 1-1 with Relentless Gaming. And in the other side of things, you have got UNiTE, who have yet to play a game, yet to really see how they're going to fix up this matchup. I'm not really sure. Honestly, if I was to call it, I purely have to go with, just because I've seen them, the Bears, purely for the fact I just don't know about UNiTE right now. It's a very unknown territory for me. But let me explain to you the importance of this series. If Bears can go 2-0, they will go 5-1 in the series, which means they guarantee themselves a best of 1, at least a best of 1 playoff against Relentless Gaming if they win their next 4 games for that top spot. If not, if Relentless Gaming drop one more game and this goes to a 2-0 to Bears, they take top seed. So it's very important for them to get this games under their belt. UNiTE, however, can play the party spoilers. They can win 2-0 and just bring up their chances of getting that top seed again, which they're very, very used to being called the top team in Ireland. But without hustling, without, with these new roster changes, I kind of worry for them a little bit. But let's not fret about that, guys. We are just going to jump into the champion loading screen. And I hope that this will be a very, very entertaining game. I know for a fact that Bear is very, very comfortable on that blue side. Very almost NA style of playing, because we always saw during the NALCS, especially during playoffs and the best of 5s, that the blue side was always favoured purely because they got that first pick. And the red side kind of faltered a little bit. So it's kind of similar in the Irish esports scene. Red side doesn't seem to be as prominent. And it's for every single team. Every single team who has won a game, effectively, even the 1-1, I should say, was on blue side, except for that 2-0, obviously, Imperium were on the red side and blue side. As we wait to see everybody come in for this now. And honestly, I really don't know how to call it. It's going to be a very, very close game. I'm kind of curious to see. Right now, Razor's just going to need to sit back and relax a little bit. Level 3 gang top, I think, because they have got the double stun. Very nice combo with the Rune Prison and the Twisted Advance onto Gragas, because he can lock him down without really committing until Maokai comes in, of course. Maybe even in the mid lane, if Yasuo gets caught out by the Zerat stun, they will be able to use Maokai to use Twisted Advance as well. He will be able to get in there. So there's a lot of kind of early to mid-game power, with the late game power. Early game power in the terms of ganking. Their mid game isn't amazing. You still have Ryze pushing up those items. Jinx kind of doesn't have a great mid game or early game, but she kind of gets there towards the late, becomes a turret pushing machine. And of course, Maokai just becomes an unkillable tank once he gets those items under his belt. But it's going to take him a lot longer, considering he is a jungle Maokai. I'm going to quickly move all the champions into their respected orders. Make sure we have everybody in the top: jungle, mid, ADC, and support, before we jump onto the Rift. Here we are, guys. Game 1 of this best of 2 series for the seeding of the Winterland Invitational. Inforced Bears on the blue side versus UNiTE Gaming on the purple side. Let's see how this level 1 goes down. And already the Bears are starting to group up, and I really like this play. They have got the early level 1 advantage, especially with the double tap passive on Lucian, and just the kind of level 1 execute if Lee Sin does go with his Q, which, to be honest with you, I'd be very, very surprised if he hasn't gone with his Sonic Wave or Resonating Strike if he goes with the second bit. They are going in straight away. They will be spotted out, though, straight away by Razor. They see that ward going down. They're just using brute force right now to really just jump all over. Ooh, a little bit of miscommunication. Double warded. Not really going to help them out that much. They're just establishing vision, but already Jinx actually by herself. They could collapse on top of Jamie V2. She's not in the bush. She actually doesn't see this. Oh, this is absolutely horrendous. He goes in, gets the flay off. They're going to go in. There's the first blood. Jamie V2, what are you doing? That was unbelievable mistake from him right there. He was standing right on the corner of Tribush and he didn't even notice that he wasn't in the Tribush, didn't give him vision. And in fairness to Starku and Wolven, they didn't pounce too early. They recognized this. They waited for Kappa to come in. Then, very, very, very unfortunate for them right there. Sorry, it wasn't Wolven who ended. It was Lee Sin. Obviously, it was XJ. Very unfortunate turn of events, and this could be the kind of thing that can snowball a lane. And we've seen Bears snowball these things all the time. They take one advantage and they just make constant rotations because they know they're ahead. It just helps out. Lee Sin already got his boots with that kill. That was a fantastic start for him. So he's going to start his red buff. Maokai going to start his red buff. And we're going to see mirror starts, not identical, if you take it from the our opposite starts. As we see now, the early lane farming. They'll know Maokai went for his red purely because they had a ward on top of blue. Ooh, that was a big hit there. The stacks coming out from the Yasuo, able to get a nice little bit of damage. And V2, he's going to have to shake off that early kill. It's not worth half as much. Well, it's worth a bit, but it's not worth as much in the first 4 minutes of a game, which is something he needs to be. Just remember, it's not a huge disadvantage, but it does mean Lee Sin is very, very fast going through his jungle. Actually, Maokai is actually a little bit ahead of him. So he's going to have to be a little more careful as we do see the bot lane. Boat hitting level 2. Here comes this hook. Not going to land, though. Here comes a little bit of harass back. Traps go down. Nothing really happening right now. And we see Jamie V2. He's trying to go in. He's actually a bit far away from his support. He needs to get out of here. He has to burn the exhaust. There's the ignite. He uses the heal as well. He's not going to get away, will he? There's one more auto attack there from Wolven. He will get it. Flash was already burned by Jinx. She doesn't have that. They maybe have to go back on the Cocoa Pops. She's going to have to burn her flash very soon. There it is. Ooh. Kappa flash trying to get that hook. They do burn the flash as well. Wait to see Starku in this mid lane. He's trying to go back over. He has got Lee Sin with him. Here's a 2v2 straight off the bat. As Starku, no one really jumping onto End Limit. They are going to jump on Razor, though. He's getting all the damage. He's forced the flash. Gets a heal from End Limit as well. And already advantages galore straight away for Inforced Bears. They've kept pretty much. It was just a horrific mistake down bot lane. What was Jinx doing, or what was Jamie doing? So far away from his support, right in the sense that he could have got hooked into a turret shot. He needs to be so careful. Starku needs to be very careful in fairness, because he has not got a Doran's Blade. He's only got a longsword chugging through those pots. At the end of the day, Unlimited hasn't really got the best amount of mana, and he's pretty damn squishy, so needs to be careful as well. There could be explosive in the mid lane, as we both know. Both flash and heal is down from Unlimited. Ignite is down from Starku, so they will be able to try and capitalize on that, as we do see Rise forced the TP back into the top lane. Going to be able to pick up all that CS. Skatsy takes this opportunity to go back, a little bit of respite. And again, that was I'm absolutely baffled, to be perfectly honest, of how that happened, really, as we do see XJ going for a little bit of counter jungling. He might go for a dive if he really feels confident, but their wave is not in their favor. But again, Jamie V2, one mistake not being in the bush, second mistake just not even being as support. They had no hard engage. Once Cocoa Puffs missed the Howling Gale, there really wasn't anywhere for him to go or to do. Cocoa Puffs was kind of standing there, kind of go, I can't really commit, otherwise I will die as well. He had to use his flash as well. He used everything in that engage, so I wouldn't be surprised if XJ uses this advantage that he has to try and come bot lane very, very soon. I think Maokai already has the same idea. He's going to find his jungle being taken, has already been taken. He's going to have to back away. Let's have a look at the CS right now. Bush actually bullying out Gatsu a little bit. You see, ooh, nice little bit of damage traded back and forth. You see actually Bush able to trade back a little harder, though. Got to take force Gatsu. He's only got a Ruby Crystal. He's not really enjoying this top lane at all, forcing by a lot of pots that he's just consuming through. Alright, has got that tier, so he's constantly stacking that. That's nice for him to get that under his belt. He's got about a 10-12 CS lead, 10-11 CS lead almost. As he tries to push underneath the tower, he's gonna be able to do it fairly successfully though. Actually, might be able to turn around onto Gatsu. Gatsu needs to be so careful. He is not tanky whatsoever right now. Gragas, he ain't what he used to be. Not the super hybrid, awesome, amazing tank, as well as derp as hell. A support mid lane damage dealer. As we see Kappa trying to get a hook there. Oh, they do get the flay though. They're trying to bring in XJ. He's not going to take it though. Great bait, actually, a little bit there. They try to force it, so they don't even know that Lee Sin's there. XJ smart enough not to take that lantern, or they would have exposed his position. But right now, Starku needs to be careful, as we do see Razor coming into the mid lane. He should be able to back away, though, relatively safe enough. Jamie V2, you need to be so careful. There's a hook on the Coco Pops. They force the exhaust down again. There goes the ignite, though. They're going to be able to pick him up. That's another kill going on to Lucian, as the camera goes absolutely mad. Ooh, Starku, you're in trouble. Not quite. I thought he was going to be in a lot more trouble there, considering he put his wind wall the complete wrong direction. As we wait now for everyone just to kind of calm down now. It's going to be a dragon, though, for Bears. The first dragon of the game going around. Unless Maokai, he sniffs this is going on. I feel like he's going to try and get something here. Here goes a little sapling. He gets a ward down. It's not going to be spotted out, but Starku coming around. Going to be able to... Here comes XJ. Will he be able to get it? Oh, they just... Oh, not XJ. It was... And Limit using the right of the arcane, I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, right of the arcane. I'm learning my abilities, guys. And he does not get the steal. So again, snowbally lead happening once again. It's a 2-0 Lucian right now. He is getting scary fast. He's going to be able to push this lane up as well. XJ, don't do it. You better not die to this lizard camp. Oh, it's going to be close though. Will he get it? No, he will just about get it. I had to go back. I don't know if the cameraman did. I had to go back just to check out if he did get away with that or not. You see a BF sword now picked up for Lucian. He is so strong, especially getting Jinx, who's just powering up her Q and her Zap, waiting to try and get those stacks going. As we wait to see now exactly how Gatsu's not at the greatest of times in this top lane. I think they kind of knew it was going to be... I think they kind of got a bit baited. They thought it was going to be a Ryze mid lane using Maokai in the top lane, but honestly, Maokai hasn't really been doing a lot apart from farming. He just handed off the blue buff there to N-Limit. That's going to help him a good bit. The one saving grace I will say for N-Limit right now is his ward coverage, or his team's ward coverage around this mid lane. Actually, Woven gets caught up. He needs to be careful. Here comes a hook from Kappa. He lands it. It's going to be another move. Oh, he waits for the flash. Gets a kill onto Jinx. Flash down again. There comes the culling. He's going to be able to get nearly a full channel onto Janna. It's not going to be able to kill her though. Coco Pops is out with her light, and Jamie is on full tilt right now. 0-3, losing so much XP. Oh, Bush has to force it. Oh, not unfortunately, not good enough. He did get baited in a little bit there. XJ forces the flash out of him. He has got TP, so even if he's forced out of lane, he should be fine. But that is all working in XJ's favor, as he knows he's able to come back here. They may go for the dive onto this. They have got double buffs onto XJ. They're going to go for a little bit more poke, as they know that Maokai... They don't know where Maokai was. They knew he was bot lane, but he is very close to the top lane. This could be a very failed dive as they go in. They get the kick off as well. They know he hasn't got his flash anymore. He's going to have to flash away, but it's not going to be enough. He uses the spell vamp as well. But here comes Razor. They're going to be able to pick up XJ. Nice kill on the rise there. Bush has got double buffs now. He has got the cooldown reduction. They're not going to be able to catch him though. They had no eyes on Yasuo. He starts around the bot lane, but very greedy there from XJ. Didn't really think about, you know, getting caught on the tower, force a flash, then went back in onto the Q to get the kill on the minion. Very sloppy stuff from him. Forces a little bit of a kind of a little bit of a silver lining, I should say, in the cloud that is currently over at UNiTE's head. They have got a 2,000 gold deficit to climb from. As we do see now, Rise, Boosh, he's going to go back, pick up his Catalyst, maybe pick up some Merc Treads. Oh, as we do see Razor, he's trying to come in, use the Twisted Advance. That's a not... Oh, wow, it doesn't actually block the thing, but we're going to go into the bot lane as well. As Jamie V2 gets himself caught again, it's going to be Thresh getting the kill. This just goes from bad to worse in this bot lane. Jamie V2 is not having a good time. I think he's very much limited by his champion pool right now. He does play a hell of a lot of Lucian. They really should have known that Wolven was going to pick that first anyway. if they weren't going to pick it themselves, or if the fact that it was first pick, they weren't going to ban it out, as we do see the bot lane going down.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
This dragon has already been taken. It's already starting to snowball a little bit out of control. The only, as I say, the only good thing going right now for UNiTE is the fact that Xerath isn't too far behind. They have got a fed enough rise. He's picking up those items pretty damn quickly. Rod of Ages should be soon. He has got a blue buff and a red buff, so he's going to be even more annoying for Gatsu to deal with. And honestly, it's a very odd situation for Gatsu in the sense that Kragastop is good, but I feel like it's more of a Lulu in the sense that you build it with more utility. You have got slows, you've got damage reduction, you've got a kind of, a farming tool. You use it as kind of, and a displacement. You use it more so as a Lulu pick, and honestly, I don't think Lulu picks are as strong anymore. They're just not that big. Very hard for me to kind of justify this pick, especially considering how he's losing. And right now, we do see them trying to push down this mid lane. Razor gets caught up by a Q. A little bit of harass to Wolven. You need to be so careful. Wolven getting a bit overexcited. Gatsu actually getting overexcited as well. He hasn't got that much. We do see the ultimate pop by Boosh. That's got a pretty damn low cooldown as well, so he's not too bothered, but it's also reduced by a second every time he casts a spell. I'm almost certain that's how it works. But again, they're trying to push down this mid lane. I don't really think they can, though. Xerath has got a lot of wave clear, and Jinx with those rockets going should be able to clear them just as quickly as Rise was starting to come down to this bot lane. It's going to give up a little bit of farm, though, to Gatsu. Gatsu doesn't really know where he is. And we do have a pause. Again, no matter where it is, what time, whenever, it's going to be a pause. And right now, Gatsu has been reporting that he has DC'd. He's going to be trying to log back in very, very shortly. I wonder if these guys DC as much in solo queue games. I would love to see the statistics of that, because it seems to happen a lot during our games. Obviously, they are limited to 3 pauses or a 15-minute pause. If they do not, if the pause exceeds 3 without valid reason, or goes past 15 minutes without valid reason, they will have to play on the game without a player, effectively, if there is a DC. But nonetheless, we are getting back into the game, guys. Little hiccup. The G-LAN or the Winterland or the Gaming Leagues of Ireland pause, the traditional pause, has to be done. As we wait to see now exactly where people are going to go with this, because in the mid lane they're trying to siege up, but Starku getting a lot of harass. Cap actually jumping straight onto a trap. He's going to take another bit of harass there himself. Gatsu forced out of the top lane. Lucian did go bot to pick up a bit of farm. He's very much ahead right now. Got Brutalizer, got that pickaxe and a BF sword, but I think there's a nice back from him and Gatsu, as they're going to have decent enough power spikes coming in to this dragon fight. Dragon is live. So you see XJ throwing over his Q, making sure that's not dead. Good sweeper there from Coco Pops. They're keeping the vision clean, making sure that Bears have not got inch to go, but they're missing that wall right there, and oof, just missing out with the Q. And they've been bullied out, honestly. They didn't really prioritize the dragon pit vision either, so they have got one there, but again, it's gone now. They're going to maybe try push out to this mid lane. Lucian, you need to be so careful right now. That's a wind wall down. That's a 25-second cooldown. That is huge for this dragon fight. UNiTE need to choose whether they go mid or they go for dragon, because right now they have got the better team fight. Kappa is very low. This is so intense. He's not going to land the hook though onto the Maokai. Good bit of harass coming down though. So they're going to keep dropping wards, making sure that XJ are not doing it. There's a wind wall used. They're going to try to jump onto Razor. Razor taking a good bit of poke right now. They're going to try to jump onto him. Jinx is in a bad situation. Razor forced to use a slicing maelstrom. As they're going to go in, but they're not so we got the boost. There goes the Jinx ultimate, but he gets a kill onto UNiTE. UNiTE is going absolutely crazy right now. There is nothing they can do. This is a terrible fight. They jumped on top of Razor, expecting to be able to kill him. Oh, the double kill snipe. I am sorry, Starku, you were sitting on a ward. And that was just poor play right there from Bears. They did not... Why would you jump on top of the Maokai? He has got his slicing maelstrom. It does reduce damage. Not really what they want to do. They're didn't even to use the Kokobop's ultimate there. And Gatsu, he's going to die as well. Oh dear, this could be UNiTE starting to turn the handle Did you see Lee Sin? He's going to go in, he gets the steal. He doesn't even care if he dies now, because that will bring the goal back a little bit for his team. And that was a little bit of a slip up there from Bears. And honestly, they got the dragon out of it in the end. Still, that brings their 4,000 or 5,000 gold lead only to about 1,500, not even 1,300 gold lead. As we wait to see how they proceed with this, but very, very sloppy fight. Going in on top of Razor with the reduced damage reducing slicing Maelstrom. They will lose mid tower though, so that's another objective going in favor of Bears. They're trying to turn the key a little, or turn the knife a little bit, get a little bit more of a pressure onto this. And the longer this game goes on, the more Maokai will start to scale upwards. Lee Sin will fall off, and apart from securing objectives, which obviously he is very good at, as we just saw there, he will start to fall off. Jinx will start to hit a couple of items. She's going for an IE first. Ryze is only going to get stronger, and Gragas has a mid-game power spike, which he's just not going to have, as he's going to get taken on. And honestly, right now, Boosh could really go for this, but he didn't want to get baited in. Gatsu is not landing the explosive casts at all right now. XJ trying to do his best, but he's not really being helped by his top laner. Gonna go back, and right now, here we go. There's a Jinx ultimate. It's gonna go in. It's not. It's all it's gonna do is gonna stop the recalls. Very smart from them. They're just making sure that they couldn't go back and go back faster than Jinx. Effectively, kind of nullifies itself though in the end. But already a level and a half ahead is Boosh. Just leveled up to level 11, so his ultimate is terrifying. And Gatsu not even level 10. Definitely becoming a bit of a problem right now. Starku having a bit of a problem with these 3-man roams. We do see Razor going into the jungle. XJ going to catch him out though. No wards. No really huge wards, but they are going to take that pink. Katsu needs to get the hell out of dodge. He'll probably have to burn his flash, to be honest. I don't even think he might be able to. Oh, one more auto attack. There it is. He's going to take a kill on Boosh's 203. Ryze is 40 CS ahead. They need to make a play into this mid lane. I don't even know if they can right now, because there's just so much disengage coming out from UNiTE. This could be a huge turnaround. The great start for the bot lane is not turning into dividends right now, because it's just Jamie V2. He is farming up. He's actually ahead in CS despite dying 4 times. So he is totally fine with this. Ryze is completely fed. Xerath all of a sudden picked himself 3 kills, has more CS than Yasuo. Starting to look very, very big right now, very scary I should say, for Inforced Bears. Already Xerath starting to one-shot those back waves. And Limit really going to have to use the Xerath pick to his advantage, because they know that there is not really any poke. If actually there's very little, apart from the Gatsu's Gragas, there is no poke at all from this Bears lineup, apart from maybe a piercing light. But even then, Wolven would have to get himself fairly damn close to get off a pretty decent move. But right now, they're trying to go with a 1-3-1. I think this is the best thing they can do right now. Boosh is forced to go top lane. Jinx is forced to stay down the bot. But she is still very much behind. As we see Gatsu getting the kill, or getting the turret kill, but I think he's going to go down anyways. Boosh pops his ultimate. He's going to get slowed a little bit. Gatsu going to play Ring Around the Rosie, go back around for the farm. As we see everybody starting to congregate down this bot lane. Starku has been split pushing. He's actually caught up a little bit with Xerath, as he was able to get a little bit of free time. Those poke, the Q right there from Xerath is really starting to hurt. And here comes Coco Pops trying to go in. Razor is by himself. He only pops some enticing Maelstrom now. As we do see the hook coming in. XJ, you will go down, but they are still going. Razor, why are you focusing Razor? He is the tankiest member of their team. And again, Bears get baited in. They're not thinking about these fights intelligently. They had got the TP from they hadn't got a TP from Gragas. They knew the TP from Ryze was up, and Ryze actually going to TP in, going to try catch out Kappa. He is a dead man in my opinion, unless he can get a hook over the wall. He does, but will he be able to take it? No. Oh, he will. Nicely done by him. Here comes Zara trying to find them. There's one. There's two. Not going to be able to hit any of them. Boosh still chasing though. He forces the flash from Boosh. Able to get that kill. They're going to try push down the mid lane. And again, UNiTE come out on top from a situation that honestly they shouldn't have. But here comes a good ultimate. Nicely done there. They get a last breath. But Gatsu, you are going to be the sacrificial lamb if they get one more hit. They hadn't got Lucian right there. They should have just waited a second longer. Gatsu, you need to get the hell out of there. You need to stop and think about your life. You not want to give any more gold, and it's already starting to snowball. There goes the mid tower in favor of UNiTE. They've even, that's the first tower of the game. Let's wait to see them try re-engage, and honestly, this isn't going to work for Bears right now. They keep jumping on Razor, keep expecting him to destroy the tank, which, yes, sometimes does work. But 90% of the time, if you've got a fed Rise, a hugely fed Rise, 33 or so CS ahead of the Gragas, and a 3-kill advantage, as well as 3 assists, as well as a bit of a Dragon Gold, or a bit of Global Gold. It will, however, get a steal onto the blue buff. Very nicely done by them. Oh, they're trying to go for a trap right now. They think they might be congregating around Dragon. They know that they may be going for this. I think Razor, though, is pinging out that they are here. Here they go. They're trying to go in for it now. They catch out Razor again. They're trying to kill him out with one single bite, but it's not going to work. There it is. Tresh picked up that kill. Coco Bob's trying to go in, but why are you still there? Champion goes down. Champion goes down. And Coco Bob's goes down. That's a 2 for 0. Nice trap set up. I could see what Coco Pops was trying to do. He was trying to see if he could get... Oh, Boosh, what are you doing? They're going to be able to jump onto him now. That's a shutdown onto Lucian. And this is just Bears playing smart. They knew there was no vision available. Oh, nicely done, though, by Unlimited. Able to get that kill onto Lucian. He's going to be able to try and get chased down, though. And even though that one kill doesn't really make up for the lost Dragon. Very nicely done by Unlimited. Got a nice kill on Zerath. As I said before, he's very comfortable on Zerath. He'll only scale into a farming machine and a wave clearing machine, so it's going to become, pushing turrets is going to become very hard. Bears need to get more picks like that. Bears need to be able to just burst down people, and I could see what Coco Pops was trying to do. He was trying to get them separated with his Monsoon, but I think he realized that they didn't have the damage for it. Very, very unfortunate right there. And in fairness, though, they're only 3,000 gold behind, so it's not a huge difference in gold right now. It's not insurmountable. UNiTE got to play smart now. UNiTE have got to use the advantages that they know that they have. They've got Poke, they've got Disengage, they've got Razor, who at the moment built a sightstone on Maokai, so he is playing the vision game with Janna. They're buddying it right now, as we do see Gatsu and Kappa buddying it as well. In terms of sightstone, is of course Lee Sin using the buddy system. But already so many items being built on Rise. He's got that Rod of Ages, the Roa being stacked up. It's about 60 at the moment. Got the Glacial Shroud. The tier is nearly fully stacked. In fact, he's only about little less than 100 away from that being fully stacked. Has got that Blasting Wand as well to turn that straight away into an Archangel Staff. So we wait to see now exactly how everybody goes about their business in this particular sense. Didn't get that ward though, forced to use another sweeper. And UNiTE are in a very difficult position right now because they know that the mid-game power spike for the Bears is right now. If they get a good engage off, they could kill everyone, especially considering that Maokai hasn't really built any resistances. So they've got some big items onto some pretty big carries. They've got the Bilgewater, nearly the Blade of the Ruined King. As we see Boosh trying to go in, Kappa misses the hook. And you can tell this is just so intense. They're just fighting for vision over it. Possibly an early Baron. As we wait for Coco Pops, just gets that pink ward, and actually this could be a bad situation. Lucian's going to turn around onto Jamie V2. He's actually going to get loads of damage onto him as well. He forces them away, and it is not going well at all. They are forced away from the Baron. Janna is not even with their team. They could go for Baron right now. Honestly, they could, because they know that Jamie V2 has to go back. Boosh is going back as well. With this knowledge, they could go for Baron. This could be a huge play if Bears want to go for it. And I think they might, or they might even just bait it. They have got vision. Here it goes. There's the hook. He gets it off in the last second. Gets the Monsoon off, though. It's not going to be enough for Kogobox. He does just have to force his flash, though, away. They do use a Slicing Maelstrom as well, forcing a lot of summoners there from the side of Unlimited. They did actually force, though, one or two from... actually forced none, I should say. They really know this is the mid-game power spike the Bears have. They're trying to abuse it. They have got the lanes pushing in their favor. Top lane's going to reach that second tier tower very shortly, so they're going to have pressure on that. It's going to be a huge wave, actually, before the time it hits it. And they're also trying to see if they can get something down the bot lane. It's a slow push, but it'll be similar to the top lane. As everyone starts doing, and honestly, no one's really gaining from this. They're both farming up. It's still a 3,000 gold lead for the Bears. But Rabadon's death cap has been finished on top of Unlimit's Xerath. They have got the Archangel Staff finished off on top of Rise. He will be able to use that into a Seraph's Embrace very, very shortly. And actually, someone just procced the Baron. This isn't good at all. They're trying to see if it was going. Maybe baited them a little bit. Actually, Razor throwing in his sapling. Whoa, Wolven, what are you doing? They miss absolutely everything. Gatsu going to take a lot of poke. Uses the shield. Just to explain to everybody, Unlimit's Q does not get blocked by the Yasuo wind wall because it is not a projectile. It is connected to him. Oh, Gatsu sitting on a ward. But as I said, he is not going to be able to block that, and that's 90% of Xerath's poke, effectively, apart from maybe his W. I'm almost certain it's his W. The Eye of Destruction. And again, they're trying to force over Dragon now, and this is where Bears needed to be kind of... Honestly, I think the push for the Baron was kind of a bait that that UNiTE just didn't take. They could have made a few more plays from that Baron had they just not gone for Baron, effectively. Someone procced it, which is a bit unfortunate. So you do see some big items now as we wait for this dragon fight in just over a minute, I should say. Roa finished up for both top laners, but now the Seraph's Embrace as well for Rise. He is huge. Lee Sin still rocking the Spirit Lizard Elder buff. You see a little bit of resistances now on top of Razor. In the Kappa almost being the hero for his team. Had he able to get in there, he probably would have been able to drag two people into a knockup, which would have set up Staku very nicely, but it was not to be. Yomu's and IE finished up for Lucian. IE and the makings of what looks like a Phantom Dancer finished up for Jinx or Jamie V2. But a big item, in my opinion, is the Lock of the Iron, the rushed Lock of the Iron Solari on top of Kappa. Very good pickup there. He knows there's a lot of magic damage. You've got Xerath, Maokai, Rise, Janna as well. So that 20 magic resist on top of everybody, plus the little extra added shield. It'll be very handy for his team to exploit if they can get it. And fortunately for these guys, they have no hard CC. So the only hard CC they have, effectively, is if Rise or if Bush and Cocoa Pops really go head to head right up in their faces. Gatsu needs to be careful though. He's not super tanky. They do get a stun onto Kappa, but here comes Razor. You're by yourself, but he's tanking up all this damage. He puts down the wind wall. They're trying to go on top of him. Here comes the knockup. They're going to go with the last breath. The fantastic monsoon hits absolutely no one, but Bush is doing all the damage. Jinx is not being touched. It's a double. Sarah picks it up from the side as well. It's a quadra. It's going to be a clean ace. An unbelievable fight from UNiTE Gaming. Wins them a Baron, possibly even more, probably a Dragon, but an absolutely perfectly placed fight for UNiTE right there. They didn't even touch Unlimited in that fight. That's how huge how huge of a win that was, how perfectly played it was by UNiTE. They kept Jamie V2 alive, they kept Unlimited. Razor again, they try and burst down the jungler. He is so tanky right now, especially at this mid-game point where you haven't got any huge amount of armor reduction stacked. I don't understand why they try to go in. That Bush was just left, the fed Bush on Rise was just left to just smack everybody with his balls of fury, absolutely decimating everybody, and he didn't even die. They will pick up Dragon as a respite, but that 3,000 gold lead is now most likely going to be a 1,000 gold deficit, and a Baron in favor of UNiTE Gaming. They also pick up the top turret, so it's probably only going to be a 2,000 gold lead in favor of UNiTE. Janna going to jump in. Going to see Starku. She could probably chase him as well. Hurricane to Hurricane. The Starcross lovers not allowed to be, unfortunately, as we do see. And ooh, so close to getting caught out there. Now we have to force them away. Good ward placements there by Coco. He's keeping the vision up, not getting caught out by these kind of, clutch trash spots, if you like. Excuse me. Oh no, Kappa, he flashes out way though, but it's not going to be enough, as we see huge amounts of damage going on to XJ as well. It is going to be Kappa going down. This game one has just been topsy-turvy, and I think it's starting to get to that late game point. Rise has 3 items. Xerath will have his Void Staff very, very soon. He is 6-0-6. He is massive right now. Jinx has got 2 big items. She's going to be able to push turrets down like a boss, as we see right now. We actually see bot lane going down as well. So for this Baron buff, already they've picked up 3 turrets and a kill. Let's see what else they can get. They might even just rotate bot lane, pick up that 2nd tier turret because they know they can. And this is not the Bears that I have been used to seeing against everybody else in this round robin. They are not really, they're being, you know, once bitten, twice shy has not been a thing for them right now, purely for the fact that they're not stopping going onto Razor. Razor is huge right now. He's nearly got his Randuin set up. As we do see more poke damage going on top as we see, oh, so much damage. They catch out Boosh though. Will they go in on it? Why, Gatsu? Why would you go in? They're trying to go in as well. Gatsu goes down first. They're trying to get Boosh. They get him out. But again, Zera and Jinx, nobody touched the Super Mega Death Rocket at point blank range is going to give them that kill. It's a 2 for 1. Don't fight for this turret, guys. If you're watching and you think of solo queue, it is not a good idea, especially against the Baron Duff team. And there's going to be another turret, possibly even an inhibitor turret, as Jamie and Unlimited are still alive. So many coughs coming out from me tonight. My voice is very, very dry. As we see now, Jamie V2, he's gotten away from me. He's huge right now. They're going to be able to get 1 more kill. They may be able to get 2. There's the double kill. Jamie V2 has got absolutely crazy. Razor going to be able to take this out for a little bit. That's going to be an inhibitor, turret and inhibitor going down. Razor don't even need to go back for the minions to tank this up. They're going to be able to keep going with this. There's no one with huge damage apart from Yasuo, and even then, he hasn't even begun to build his IE. He is waiting for the super late game for this to really happen for him. And again, it's just, oh, nice McHales, and just completely stopped everything there. I don't really know what happened, but everything's going on right now. Explosive cast was used. They're trying to jump onto the limit. There's the surrender, though. GG, well played coming out from both teams, and that was a pretty huge turnaround. Ultimately, a fantastic appearance. Apart from the early game, from UNiTE, they played exceptionally well. 6-0-10 end limit. No fight whatsoever was in limit the focus. It was always Razor, and Razor's fine with that. He's a Maokai. He has got the slicing maelstrom to deal with that. A 3-2-10 Rise. Rise was completely fed through that entire game. And in the end, they let Jamie V2 get his farm up. He was able to pick up the big items that mattered, and they weren't able to push their advantage, which they clearly had as well, especially going into that mid-game power spike. Anyway, guys, we're going to set up for game 2 of this best of 2 series round robin in the Winterland Invitational. We will be right back in a few minutes with game 2. and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 of this Round Robin Series, Winterland Invitational Series, I should say, between UNiTE Gaming and Inforced Bears. UNiTE Gaming are going to be on the blue side, with Inforced Bears on the red side. And honestly, I thought it was that coming from that last game, Bears have a hell of a lot of work to do right now, because that last game they had a 3,000 gold lead at one side. I'm almost certain it was 4,000 at one point, and they let it run away with them. They got completely obliterated, especially in the top lane. That's why they're going to ban out the Rise. Boosh will not be playing that in this game, and they won't be baited into it either. So you see Syndra and Braum, pretty much the exact same bans coming out from UNiTE. I imagine they will ban the Gnar as well, just to stop it. Unless Boosh feels comfortable, they might try first pick it, as Gnar is pretty much one of the strongest top lane picks, purely because of his passive that gives him a health boost, almost like a mini Nasus ult or mini Renekton ult. We see Kha'Zix getting a ban out again. Razor, you're not going to be allowed on that. But honestly, Razor played fantastically in that last game. I will hold my hand up. I will hold my hands up high and say I am sorry, Razor. I did not believe in the Maokai jungle. I do believe. I'm a believer now, but I do feel like the Bears need it. So they're going to ban the Lucian as well. They know that Jamie be too strong, and they're going to ban Corki again. So there's two very interesting bans. That leaves up Jinx, Tristana. There's the Gnar. Boosh obviously is comfortable on that champion. And then they're going to try to take away the Maokai, but that still leaves up Jarvan in favor for Razor if they do not pick up Maokai and Jarvan, which I would assume they would look to get. Because honestly, XJ is fantastic on Jarvan. It's one of his best champions. He's much better than he is on Rengar with Jarvan. As we all know from G-Lan, the bans. But as I say, they're going to take their time with this. They've got a good bit of time. They know Gnar is going to that top lane. There's nowhere really he can otherwise go. I've seen Razor play him in the jungle, but it's not effective. Excuse me. I forgot to get a bit of water. And yeah, there's the Jarvan. XJ going to use that as a deny and a pickup for himself. Very nicely done by the Bears. That's a pretty tanky front line right there, so they need to back it up with something a little bit more damage dealing. As you see Thresh now, probably going to be picked up by Coco Pops. He's a very good Thresh player. Kappa didn't really land the hooks that we were expecting. I'm used to seeing from Kappa, so definitely something he maybe wanted to go on to something else. Obviously, Coco Pops played a fantastic Janna. They're actually going to pick up the Tristana. Wow! Nicely done there by UNiTE. They recognize that they probably were going to go with Starker with Orianna in the mid lane and probably put a Janna in that bot lane to basically just protect, or even a Nami to protect the Tristana comps. They haven't got that anymore. And it's going to be a very hard situation. This is interesting now. Bears being completely outpicked and banned right now. They kind of assume, from not the insta picks, but from the relatively swift picks from UNiTE, I got to admit that they kind of nearly expected them to go Maokai Jarvan, just to kind of say, we know you're going to pick this. We know what kind of comp you're going to go with, and Bears are taking their time with this. They might be feeling a little bit rattled. I don't want to see a Lulu top lane. It's going to be Orianna in the mid. Won't be an Orianna or Lulu top lane purely because of Maokai. But where are they going to go? They're going to go with a Zilean. Okay. Zilean's going to go be supporting for whatever their AD carry is. I imagine, considering Tristana is here, they would have to go. And I personally would love to see it for a reason I will explain in a minute. The Twitch being picked up purely because you can put a bomb on him. He can go into sneaky mode, and you can get so much fun out of that. But it generally only works when you work with a top or mid lane Zilean. Looks like UNiTE taking a little bit of time to kind of figure out what they're doing. They're not going to go with the Rammus. Honestly, there's not a lot of AD at all nearly coming from Inforced Bears. The Rammus would be a pretty poor pickup in my opinion, but they are going to go with the Xerath, and Limit was exceptional on that champion. And it's going to be able to take even more from it, in my opinion, if they go with the Xerath again. Because right now, Orianna has a pretty damn tough time kind of trading unless she gets a good few shockwaves off. Are they going to go with the Rammus? I think that's a Rammus lock-in. Wow, okay. There's a salute to the Bears. Raise your head up high for Volibear as he looks to the sky. And again, they're going to go with the Rammus. I am very, very skeptical about this now. Obviously, when you see it in the World Championships, of course, it was played at one point. They're not really that huge, though, against AP carries. And they haven't got the Maokai to kind of back it up, because the reason it worked so well for Starhorn Royal Club in that game was because they had a Braum, they had a Maokai, they had a tanky mid lane Ryze, they had obviously a Rammus, and then they had a Tristana for cleanup. This kind of only has the Tristana for cleanup and the Rammus, and then maybe a little bit of tankiness coming out from Coco Pops and the Trish. Not quite sure where that one is going, but nonetheless, Wolven has chosen his champion, or XJ has chosen his champion for Wolven. It is going to be that Twitch. I really like that pick. They need a hyper carry into that late game, especially going against that Tristana. It's going to be difficult, though, because Tristana Thresh is going to have the upper hand very much early, so especially if they can catch out Kappa. But it could swap the other way towards level 3 or 4 when Kappa starts getting those rewinds off, able to get those time bombs going fairly frequently. He's going to be looking to try and rush maybe a Mikhail's Crucible as well as a Tier. As we look now, champions locked in. We are in a 3-minute delay, ladies and gentlemen. With UNiTE on the blue side, it is in the top lane, Boosh with Gnar. Jungle is going to be Razor with Rammus. Limit rocking that Xerath for the second time in the mid lane, and your duo lane will be Jamie and Coco Pops with Tristana and Thresh. And on the purple or red side, whichever you prefer, it is going to be Inforced Bears with Gatsu with Maokai in the top lane, Jarvan XJ's Jarvan in the jungle. Starku bringing back out the Orianna, and your duo lane is going to be Twitch Zillion. Now, looking at these two comps, you can quite clearly see where these two teams are going. Let's start with Bears because it's the most obvious one right there. They are looking for mid-game Dragon team fights. They are looking to get Gatsu in. They are looking for XJ to flag and drag in to get the Cataclysm off on top of Tristana, or maybe even Xerath, force them away from the fight. Maybe even just isolate Gnar in a little small section. And when that happens, they're going to use the Orianna Shockwave. They're going to use the Twitch Rat-a-tat-tat and the Zillion Revive effectively to try and keep their tanks alive, what I assume. So they are looking for huge mid-game power game as well as a decent enough late game. But their mid-game power fights, can't even speak right now, guys, is going to be pretty damn huge. But if we look at UNiTE's team, they are looking for just lane dominance. They are looking to end the game relatively early. Mid-game, they're going to have a little bit of a lull, considering that it takes a little bit of time for Tristana to push past her mid-game, kind of lack of power, if you like. But with the Thresh able to kite for her and engage effectively, and Limit showing how unbelievably strong he is on Xerath, not really a huge worry for them right now, but they have got late-game insurance as well as the laning presence. So if you got is on the blue team, UNiTE clearly looking to win lane, get past the mid-game as quickly as possible, maybe even win it from there, but then straight off the bat go for the late-game win. And on the purple side or red side, you have got Inforced Bears looking for those mid-game team fights. Mid-game is where they should really get the most easiest kills, considering all their ultimates once they hit about 10, once they hit level 10 or 11 should be really hitting hard. This is my prediction for the game. Right now it is 1-0 for UNiTE. They won the first game in possibly the biggest turnaround I've really seen from a team in Irish LoL in quite a long time. They just took it and just absolutely re-rounded. Now, obviously, we have seen closer games go in favor of the lesser team, if you like, but UNiTE just turned the screw and second gear. They found a new gear and just completely swept everything off the map. They didn't get frustrated that Jamie had got caught a couple of times in the early game. They let him farm up. They let him get his big items. And ultimately, it led them to winning the game. And it was a fantastic series from them, purely for the fact that I couldn't believe they were coming out. Because Bears, from what we've seen so far in this tournament, is that they've taken advantages. And the one thing they haven't done is let those advantages go. So it's very, very difficult for me to see that. Fantastically played by UNiTE, proving that despite the roster changes, they are still a very well-oiled machine, ready to take back what was theirs back in March. and the first G-LAN, Spring-LAN, or whatever we called it back then. I don't even think we had a name for it back then. They did come close, though, in the G-LAN, where they came third, losing out to SMT, also known as Relentless Gaming now. They look like they're back and really, really going for it this time as we wait for everybody to jump onto the Rift. And it should be a very, very interesting contest. If they go 2-0 here, that means the Bears end with a record, and it's a pretty average one at that. It would probably guarantee them third or second place, depending on how it goes. Most likely third, purely for the fact that if they go 3-3, everyone else has yet to play 4 games. And it's just putting them in a very, very difficult situation. I imagine if this goes 2-0, that it will be UNiTE taking top spot, if you like, top seed, with Relentless Gaming coming second, probably Bears in third, and then Imperium Gaming coming last. Unfortunately, they were not impressive in their last outing. But let's not talk about them or everybody else. Right now, guys, we are back on the Rift, just switching around everybody where they should be. Top jungle, mid, ADC support. And honestly, it's going to be a really, really interesting game to see how Bears adapt to this, because they had such an amazing start last game that it just made, I just can't believe they just made some silly overextensions. And it started off with that kind of greedy move in the top lane from XJ and Gatsu trying to kill the pretty already well-farmed Ryze. And it didn't really turn out too great for them. UNiTE getting a little bit of deep vision there. Zilean going to do the exact same, though, for the Bears. But they might try cut him off. He's in a pretty compromised position. I think Razor, if he hadn't known who was there, I think he probably could have gotten a little bit more of a push onto that. But nevertheless, they're going to back away. They're going to know exactly where everybody is. It's going to be Maokai. Looks like maybe they're going for a lane swap. Are they going to be spotted out by this ward, though? They are. This is very, very unfortunate right there. They're going to spot the bot lane going top. They're going to swap immediately the bot lane to the top lane. So the dual lanes are going to be able to keep going. Oh, but they spot out Gatsu. They know they've been spotted. Zilean going to walk down again. They know where he's going. Don't know if they're really pushing for this lane swap, Bears, right now, because they do not want Nara to be able to bully Maokai out of it. He has started Ruby Crystal, so they kind of already, as you can see from that, not going with the Crystalline Flasks. He is set up for that pretty damn nicely. Boosh waiting to see who arrives where. And honestly, this hurts Maokai a lot, in my opinion, purely for the fact that he's not going to be able to double jungle right now. Actually not going to try either, and Limit, or UNiTE, I should say, able to just, oh, they are going to double jungle. They're going to keep him going. But Razor, he's not really taking that as much fun as he thought he would. Thresh going to go back. Probably going to throw down him into a dual lane down. But try and deal with this Twitch Zilean, because there's really nothing that Boosh can do versus a Twitch Zilean, especially if they start to freeze. So smart moves by UNiTE, making sure they're able to consistently keep the CS in a decent position. Kappa actually, very nice jukes out right there, keeping himself out of harm's way. And right now, it's not really going anybody's way. The top lane's been denied farm, but I can't say, but just Woven's not taking advantage of this, kind of this position right now. He's not really going for the CS. He's actually losing at the moment. He's already 6 behind, and Nar or Boosh is not that far behind. Well, we're going to see Boosh turning into Mega Nar, and that should help him tank up, and that's why he's probably much better in this situation than Maokai. I suppose either way, Maokai was going to have, or Gatsu was going to have a pretty damn difficult lane. So we do see Kappa come out. Oh, they land the hook as well as the knockback. He's going to be forced to flash, though. They force him out. They use the exhaust on both people. There's the heal. Kappa trying to bait him now, but it's going to be Boosh. Where are you going? He's going to go down. It's going to be first blood to Woven. They completely turn this around. It could be 2 kills. There goes the one last little tick of damage. No, it's not going to be enough. They turn it completely around. Kappa, you are the god of kiting right there, because you just absolutely completely outsmarted Nar, forced to use his TP to get back into lane. No flash or anything. Ooh, Coco pops literally probably by a pixel missing out on Woven. As we wait for everyone to try and calm down. They're going to probably get a little bit CS now onto this bot turret. Nar has got a nice range advantage over Maokai, so he's going to be pretty damn fine. But they do get the kill onto Wolven now. Before I cut myself off too quickly. Bears need to take this advantage. They need to start jumping on top of, you know, Cocoa Pops and everything as soon as they can. Actually, Kappa getting caught out. They're trying to bait in. There goes. There's the Rammus. He's going to be able to use it. They're going to be able to take out Kappa this time. He's going to go down. Wolven, you are in a bad situation. You are getting slowed. They have got the taunt still up on Razor. There it is. It's going to be a flash burned as well from the side of Wolven. No globals though, unfortunately. Well, mini global from Zera, but he hasn't got level 6 yet. But again, why would you stay when you knew that the Gnar was there? You knew that Rammus hadn't been seen in a while. There's actually zero vision anywhere outside of the lanes for any team. So this is a pretty dangerous situation for both teams in that sense. Twitch didn't go back, so he's going to be able to pick up this farm, but he's still far. Wolven is falling so far behind right now to this Tristana. It's just not happening for him. That's really hurting him as well. As we do see Starku with the Orianna trying to go hard on top of Unlimit. Actually gets a nice combo off, trying to bait him in a little bit, maybe trying to get him under the tower. But it's not going to work. And honestly, I feel like because Bears have got the bot lane, effectively the AD carry down bot, the duo lane down bot, they should really try to be pushed for a dragon. But Tristana has rotated down. And just as I say they should rotate for Dragon, they rotate for Dragon. They're going to be able to pick this one up pretty damn nicely. There isn't a teleport up on Gnar, but neither is there one on Maokai. Rammus not really there at the moment. Actually, level 6 Gatsu going to be able to push onto Boosh a little bit more as we wait to see now. Ooh, good hook. Not going to be enough though. It's a good rotation there from Bears, and again they get the early gold lead, but we all know from the last game it's not about the early gold lead at all. They really need to be able to push this, and right now the lane swap has effectively worked to a small extent, purely for the fact that Gatsu's been able to get farmed. He is now bullying this Gnar's Boosh, or Boosh's Gnar, as we wait to see if they try and push into tower. He's going to be able to try and deny him as much farm as he can. And he is ahead, but unfortunately, they've let the Tristana farm, who has got that Avarice Blade now, so he's going to be picking up even more gold. GexJ, you need to be very careful. There is an ultimate up on the side of Unlimit, so he might be able to use the Rite of the Arcane to finish that. So do you see the split push or the lane swap? They do not want to go against this bot lane at all. Wait to see now exactly what happens now. It's actually going to be Unlimit using his ultimate to try and farm effectively. Starku really just using his range, I suppose, to or his shields to take the harass and harass him back. And Limit, you need to be really careful, because more poke like this and he is in some serious trouble, especially considering he's taking every single command attack that is going his way. So we see Kappa now clearing some wards on the top lane, maybe try and push down this Gnar. And right now, this split, this duo or the lane swap game is kind of being won right now by. Effectively, it's being won by Bears purely on experience. They are probably equal in CS, but purely on experience, they are just not really, you know, on the same level. Gatsu is level 7 compared to Gnar's level 5. He's actually going to go hard onto Tristana. JVP2 will be forced to rocket jump away. Slicing Maelstrom is down. Now we know that he feels confident with Maokai against Tristana. He knows he can probably go for this a little bit. Rammus is coming in though. There's going to be a hook coming in now in a second. They're going to try and get a good flash away though from Kappa. He's going to force the exhaust as well. They're going to have to back away. That is exhaust burned as well as flash. So a pretty decent gank on the end of things. You can already see, oh, Cocoa Pops misses the hook. He could be in some serious trouble, actually. They're actually going to go in now. Here comes Razor as well. They're going to jump onto Kappa. He has no, but here comes XJ. No mana onto Kappa. He's going to go down. It's a great Cataclysm that forces everybody into it. Rat-a-tat-tat going across everybody, but there's no vision. He hasn't got any. It's a great hook to try and re-engage. Razor's going to go down. Oh, why would you try ultimate? It's complete overkill. They end up trading it 2 for 2, but here comes XJ. He dodges out the Q from Unlimit. Limited has got his Ride of the Arcane. He may be able to go back in onto this. He might use his Ride of the Arcane right now. Here he goes. 1, 2, and there's the third. Yes, it is. They even burned the heal off of Oriana to try and get that. They end up trading 2 for 2. Very nicely done by Unlimited. Very, very smart play from him. Roaming up as well. And right now, it's really just turned all of a sudden in favor of UNiTE. Purely for the fact that they lost so much from that fight. Why, Starkey? Why would you try Shockwave when you knew they had no flashes? You knew there was no exhausts. You knew you were going to get the kill. And it's unfortunate to say that he did get a little bit too tunneled on that kill. Gets himself 1 and an assist compared to just the 1 on top of Unlimited. He has got himself a blue buff though compared to the red buff of Xerath. Now Xerath, it's not a bad thing to have on him, but it definitely doesn't hurt or doesn't benefit him as much as he possibly would like. Gatsu actually trading fairly decently in this bot lane. He's pushing it up all the time, purely so he knows that he can just keep Jamie right down here. So we see Coco Pops. Kappa, you're going to have to get the hell away from there. Oh, he runs right back into it. He is a dead man. There is absolutely nothing for him. They get a nice little flayback onto Starku, but Kappa, these roams, you have no vision. You need to play these smart. He walked away and then walked back into the hook. Very, very unfortunate for him. As we do see XJ just clearing out some wards, and he has tried to be as many places as he possibly could, but it's just not working out for him or his team. So you see Gatsu trying to go in hard. He's going to use the slicing maelstrom. He's actually going to keep going. He's going to force the flash and the heal. That is not a good situation at all for Tristana. Jamie needs to try and needs to get back and get some items. He has got 1900 gold, so he will come back with a pretty significant gold pocket in his gold, but he's going to get a nice play off. You see Boosh coming in. Wolven, you're going to keep going in. They're all in the cataclysm. Rat attack coming in. Boosh, you are in such a bad situation. They have got the ultimate as well from Kappa. They're going to be able to take him down. Nicely done, and that is another kill onto both jungler and AD carry. Very nicely done by Inforced Bears. They're forcing these trade-offs, and it's really, really working out for them now in the kind of short term. Getting Twitch these kills is not a bad thing. They're going to try to push down this turret. Get a little bit of damage. Xerath is coming in from the side. Here comes the TP, actually. So they might be able to get this just right now, but here comes the Ride of the Arcane. It's just out of range. Not really going to be able to get anything else from that. Maokai. Actually, very good question. Maokai was roaming up to the mid lane. He's actually left Tristana there with a load of farm. But it's not enough. You see Wolven inside of a ward. Be able to get... Oh, he knocks him out of the move right there. Starker going to get taunted up. He's going to get stunned up. He's going to get hooked up. He is absolutely decimated right there. Down Protect's only going to prolong the inevitable. Jamie need to be very careful though, because he got caught pretty damn solidly right there. He tried to get away, the knockback stopping his rocket jump mid-jump. This Boosh trying to do his best to do anything from this. XJ though, stole one dragon. He'll probably steal it again, especially from a Rammus. So he needs to be a little bit careful. There is no teleport on the side though of Wolven or Boosh. Boosh already used his, Wolven didn't take his. I don't know really if, you know, UNiTE want to go for this right now. They've left it a little bit too long now, so they have got Starku back. He's got his ultimate, his flash, and his heal. All summoners apart from flash are up for the side of Bears. They might be trying to stall this out. They can stall this out long enough for another 2 or 3 minutes. They would be able to get the TP back up onto Boosh, and Wolven would be in a pretty compromised situation. Boosh actually going hard onto Wolven. Wolven, you need to be very careful. He's going to turn into Mega Gnar very, very soon. He's going to try to jump on him. He's actually turning it around a little bit, but here comes the Mega Gnar. He's under tower though. There it is. Nice ultimate there. The Gnar ultimate. Will he go down though? No, he won't. He gets the level up. The level up is what saved him. That was a big mistake there from Wolven. He really didn't expect that much damage to be coming out. Very nice outplay though from Gnar, I should say. Maokai left with this 2v1. Dragon is still an option, as we do see vision control effectively for the Bears though, despite UNiTE investing quite a bit of time in it. And Limit trading back damage that he receives, trying to farm up as much as he can. But Starku needs to land a pretty damn huge, like, if this game goes to a point where you can say that they didn't get the wombo combo off, it won't be XJ's fault, purely for the fact that he's landed some amazing cataclysms onto 3 or 4 members. 3 actually I would say is the limit. But it's been setting up these kind of turnarounds for Wolven using the rat-a-tat-tat. And it's just worked out so well for them. They are starting to rotate down back to this bot lane. And just see now, Coco Pop's going to stop him from recalling. They may be able to get a dragon from this though, the Bears. Coco Pop's going to use his hook. Completely misses though in the end. Have they not seen that word? Oh, they have. Okay, I was wondering there for a second if they couldn't see that word, just the entrance of the dragon. They have got a blue trinket though. Oh, force the flash from Coco Pops. Very nicely done. And that's what Bears needed though. They needed to force away the flash. Starkey taking a little bit more damage than he probably needed to. They have no sustain though. They're going to have to push up this mid lane, and top lane is pushing as well. Going to be able to take this dragon. Nicely done by them. That's the second dragon of the game going in favour. They're going to rotate to the mid lane. There is full vision though for the side of UNiTE. They know that that Wolven did go into his stealth, so he was going in. They do trade top turret though for the dragon. As we wait to see now exactly what they decide to do now. Rodavade is just completed on the side of Maokai. He is 0-0-0. He's got a little bit of farm to his name though. As we wait to see, ooh, Coco Pops nearly getting that kill. Like the death sentence, as I say, because it would have been a death sentence onto anybody it landed on. Blade of the Ruined King finished on Twitch, but he is 40 CS behind right now. Jamie was pretty huge in that last game, and he went 0-4. He's going to be pretty huge in this game, considering he's just not dying and still getting these crazy amounts of farm. So it's going to be pretty awesome to see how he goes in. Actually, Boosh getting engaged on by Gatsu. Pretty poor timing in my opinion, because he's going to get Mega Gnar now in a moment. They don't really think, oh, forces a flash away. Oh, he flashes into the Cataclysm. He uses the Cataclysm against him, gets the Mega Gnar ultimate off. He forces the flash onto Gatsu. They're trying to go into it, but it's a good flash taunt onto Bears. XJ, you are going to go down. Here comes the right of the Arcane. Maokai, you too are going to get a rock thrown into your face, and you are going to die. And that is a double kill. Great rotations by Razor and then Limit, and a great turnaround for UNiTE. They're going to take out another turret. Oh, there's the shockwave. Didn't really quite get him as close as he possibly wanted him to. He's not going to quite get the kill. The cracks are starting to form right now. They're going to be able to pick up this bot lane turret as well. There's 2 turrets at the moment. They are starting to even up the gold. Or sorry, even up the gold. They just took the gold lead substantially. They're going to be able to get another little bit of damage onto this tier 2. As we see Gatsu forced to teleport top. But they might pick up this mid lane turret. It'll be the first turret of the game to the Bears. But they are 2-1 down now once this turret goes down. 8-5 the kills down at the 17-minute mark. And they are behind by actually only about 100 gold, so it's very little, but still. Tristana and Xerath are going to start getting big. Xerath's already got his needlessly large rod and his Athene's of Holy Grail, and actually they stop Orianna from going back purely for the fact that they know if they leave this turret, it will go down. Waiting to see exactly how to go. Oh, Starku, will he get it? Or sorry, not Starku, Kappa. Oh! Just missed out on the knockup, but he's going to be able to try and trade back to this kill. He's going to drop his ult onto him. No, he's not going to need it. Oh, get sniped. Wolven, no, you are absolutely screwed. You get something about with the wall. You were sitting on a ward. They pick up the turret, but they the top lane. But in the end, they trade back 2 kills, or yeah, 2 kills that they just didn't need to. Lucian had, not Lucian, sorry, Kappa, Zillion, I should say, had ultimate as well. Didn't even use it. And right now, it's starting to see UNiTE picking up the pace again. They found another gear. They found everything new. Gatsu gonna find himself a Razor actually in the jungle. Taunts up Gatsu to see if he can get in onto this. They might be able to turn it around. Not going to be down for them though, because everybody was pretty much there. They've already pushed up to the turret. There's not a lot of wave clear between himself and Jarvan. As you see, get this now. They're going to try hooks. They should be able to pick up this turret relatively easy enough. The poke's already too huge. They're going to have the 2 tanks going back already. Honestly, they need to use the ball delivery system. They need to get a huge shockwave into a Cataclysm, into a Slicing Maelstrom, into a Rat-a-tat-tat. They just need that power. Not going to work though. Here we go. They're going to absolutely take this turret down. They might actually be able to get a second if they really wanted to. They're going to back away, pick up the farm in the side lanes, go back to their merry ways as we wait to see Exactly, so they're going to go for a blue buff steal, and that's pretty damn smart. The rotations have been crisp and pretty damn sorted. They are still trying to see if they can get this. Not going to be enough, though, for Bears to try and jump in on top of. I'm going to back away again. Honestly, right now, they needed to get End Limit off of this Xerath, or even just pick it again, pick it so he can't take it. He is too big on it. He is so good with it. He just knows where to be, when to be there. He just has the absolute perfection of movement when he's on Xerath, in my opinion. He's a very, very good Xerath player. Hasn't been caught out yet, so he hasn't been proved wrong, as they're going to eventually find that pink ward. Kappa needs to be careful though sometimes, because he gets caught out. You need to play the buddy system. Get the tanky jungler, or tanky mid, or top laner I should say, going with you, making sure you don't get absolutely obliterated for clearing out wards. We do see now Static Shift finish on top of Jamie. He is going towards that IE as well. He's going to go towards that double item, possibly a Last Whisper's third item. As we wait to see now exactly how everybody wants to try and fare up now. It's very, very difficult for the Bears to really do anything, because right now they're only slightly behind, only by a 1,000 gold. But it's still, you're against a Xerath and Gnar, as well as that Rammus hard engaged. And Rammus is going to have his ult up and his flash up for this next dragon fight. As we wait to see exactly how they go in for this. They're trying to defend this ward. I don't really think they should really be trying to go for this one, UNiTE. They have got Thresh Lantern though. Again, he's so squishy though in this sense. I felt like that was the moment. Oh, here comes the flash hook. It actually completely whiffs right at the arcane. Going to be used. Not going to pick up any kills though. There's some big summoners and ultimates down now. Dragon is live. This could be a pretty big fight for Bears if they play it properly. Mega Gnar is also down because they have just used it. This is pretty darn big right now, as they do know that there is a lot of things down for the side of UNiTE. They're still going to rotate for Dragon. They may be able to get this. Here comes Gatsu though. Gatsu going to get stunned up, taunted up, knocked up. He's getting damage, but he's getting the ball delivery system as well. They force the flash away from End Limit. This is not the fight that they really needed right now, because Tristana is absolutely obliterating. It's a great shockwave though. Jarvan is dead. They are still taking the dragon. There's the smite. They're going to take out Thresh though. Here comes the Rat-a-tat-tat. He's not going to get it though. There's Rammus going down though in the end. It's going to be Gatsu jumping on top of End Limit. He has not got his ultimate or his flash up shut down onto him. He dies for the first time in 2 games. They are not finished though. They're trying to make sure that Wolven gets a kill onto V2. He's going to tank up the tower actually. He's going to jump back. He's going to try and get him. It's going to be Starkey picking up that kill. They should push down this bot lane turret. They lose the dragon, but they pick themselves up a fair few kills. Very nicely done by them. In the end, it is a 4-for-1. Jarvan did go down, or XJ did go down. They're going to keep pushing though. See if they can get... Actually, this is a huge push right now. They know they can take this turret. They're trying to defend it. I think they should be able to take this if they can just keep hitting it as quickly as they possibly can. Only one left is Thresh. Kokopot's going to miss his hooks. It's not even going to delay them. That's a tier 2 going down. 100% worth for the Bears. Starting to pick up the pace a little bit, and now they've found their new gear. So we see the double red buffs onto Starku and Wolven. And again, Starku with the shockwave. It was immaculate how he got that shockwave off. It was unfortunate that XJ is just not tanky right now. Did take quite a lot of poke. Has a sight stone and still has a sight ward. Maybe wants to get that out of his inventory relatively soon, but still very nicely done on the side of Bears. They pick themselves up some nice objectives, some nice map control. This is even better for them in the sense that now that they have got the towers down, if anyone tries to push out that bot lane, they have got a Twitch who can just go in and assassinate people. He is an assassin in most respects. He has got his sneaky as well as his Yomus and his Bork, so he can blow up pretty much about anybody, even the Rammus. As we wait to see exactly what they decide to do. They need to start clearing some vision though. There's a hell of a lot of vision on this red side for UNiTE. They're trying to set up for a tower dive, or what looks like a tower dive. And the top lane, they're going to spot out pretty much everybody. UNiTE, it's one thing I can't fault them of. Even falling behind, they haven't let their gold or their ward coverage slip that much. Wolven going to try come in actually, will he? I feel like that could have been the opportunity that they were looking for. They might have been able to jump on top of Cocoa Pops and Unlimited, but not to be. There goes the hook. He hasn't hit many of them in this game. Wolven, wow, he actually needs to get the hell out of there. He's gonna end up dodging 2 of them. Nicely done though. They forced the ultimate out of Tristana as well, but Twitch is gonna be forced to go back. Fortunately for them, they have got plenty of wave clear while Orianna and Gatsu are there. Get a little bit of poke on the Gatsu, not too much though. Forced to use a slicing maelstrom though. I think he was expecting them to go in on top of that. So we wait to see now exactly what they're gonna do. Twitch is back in the fight. Here we go. This could be the ball delivery system. They need to go in now. This is the moment they were looking for. They're actually going to use the Wolfen to jump in on top of it. They completely missed the shockwave, but it's going to be Jarvan going down first. He's Cataclysm onto nobody. Tristana goes down. Bears are getting absolutely picked apart right now. Gatsu going to get away with his life. Orianna going to go down as well. The ultimate from Zilean had already been used previous to that fight, so it was not up. But oh, we had to going in onto that. They're trying to get on top of him. It's not really going to work. Gatsu already got the slicing maelstrom locked up now. He's trying to go back in. Can he get a kill onto anybody? Maybe, yes he can. He's going to get 1. He's going to get 2. Very nicely done from him. He's going to go down though. It's going to be a 4 for 3 in the end of it. They do protect the tower though, and it evens up the gold lead once again. But this time, they may have been able to do a lot more with that, considering Maokai did lose his slicing maelstrom. It's a short cooldown, but he did lose it before the start of that fight. He wasn't able to use it. Jamie V2 did go down as well, and XJ, you are not tanky, my friend. You need to sell that sight ward and get yourself some armor, because Nar and Tristana are wrecking you apart. You need to get some armor. Dragon up in less than 2 minutes. They really need to start pushing to try and see if they can get something, anything, from this next team fight, because their mid-game power spikes are starting to falter. And oh, Wolfen picks up the blue buff instead of Starkview. A little bit unfortunate, as we wait to see exactly where they go from here. Let's have a look at the items now in the top lane. Both top laners have got their 2 big ones. Actually, they both went with the same armor and same boots, because they both have got the Ninja Tabite and the Sunfire Cake. The only difference is one has a Triforce, one has a Roa, or Rod of Ages. In the jungle, they have got a Banshee's finally finished off on top of XJ. He's going to be very tanky against Xerath, Poe. Not so much against Tristana, so he needs to be careful as well. Lock of the Iron Solari looks like it's going to be nearly finished for Rammus, as well as that Spirit Golem. So he's got a fair bit of magic resist as well on himself, as well as the armor reducing ability that he already has. In the mid lane, both mid laners pretty much on the exact same path, except for the difference of a Durance Ring for an amplifying tone for Xerath against, or for Unlimited versus Starku. In the bot lane though, both AD carries got their 2 big items, but pretty much I would say they're pretty big though, a lot bigger for Tristana. She's got her double crit, she's got some lifesteal as well, so she's going to be able to sustain in fights, as well as Twitch, so she's lost that kind of fighting prowess. And in the supports, Mikhail's finished up, as well as Sightstone for both teams, but Mikhail's not quite finished. I apologize for the thresh. He did finish his face of the mountain first, so he's got that little bit of extra tankiness. Gatsu, you are a thresh hook homing device. As we see wait now from Wolven. Again, they're not really getting these fights they really want. They're trying to just defend and defend. Gatsu, you keep taking these hooks to the face. It's not good for your health, my friend. As Wolven going to take 1 auto attack. Both double buffs are on double buffs are on top of Wolven, and the red buff on top of Tristana, so they will be able to trade fairly equally. Gatsu again getting hit with probably the 5th hook in a while. Jamie V2, he's gonna, oh, he gets knocked out though. He has to force the flash. He has nothing to get out of Bears though. Now actually XJ is gonna be in trouble. He's gonna get taken out in the end. It's gonna be the Ride of the Arcane coming in. Starkey gonna go down. He did not use the ultimate, or he did use the ultimate, but it wasn't really effective. But Twitch is still going. They get the hook on the Kappa. They get the pushback from Bosch, but it's not gonna be enough. They're gonna have to force it back. Gatsu is absolutely wrecking Unlimit again. He gets a kill onto him. Wolven gonna speed himself up. Gatsu going to be used as a bully device effectively, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to be able to take another kill on the Cocoa Pops. It's going to be a 2 for 4 in the end. Boosh just able to get out in the end. But a fantastic fight there by the Bears, and Wolven, he's starting to play that ADC playmaker. I really like this choice by him. He's starting to be effective. He's starting to turn around fights purely for the fact he's able to jump onto excuse me, he's able to jump onto Tristana, forcing him to make a mistake effectively. His rocket jump was interrupted, then he flashed, then was in a cataclysm. Very, very nicely done there by the Bears. They've already started, they're starting to get that 3k gold lead back they had from the first game into the second one. And Tristana cannot fight Wolven right now, and honestly, even as this game goes on, I don't even think she can fight him at all. He will go back and maybe pick up nearly a IE. He actually might push this wave and next wave to try and get it. Might be able to get it though. As we wait for everybody to try and pick up some items. They're warding out Baron. That's the next big team fight. Oh, Kappa gets caught by a hook. He's going to get flayed up as well. They're going to try down the lantern. Here comes Razor, but Razor just kind of hits the wall and doesn't really do a lot else. As Kappa clears himself some vision, keeps his team going. The makings of an IE nearly finished now for Twitch. He's going to be, his Rattata is going to hit like an absolute truck once he gets that. Jamie is going to be in a very sticky situation. He won't be able to 1v1 him, but in a longer, sustained, spread out team fight, Jamie will win. Unless, of course, he gets Orianna shockwaved. Now, everybody's starting to converge on this mid lane, and honestly, this is kind of like where UNiTE are getting themselves caught. They're not really warding the place. They're not really kind of, you know, playing it smart. Look how close they are to the right. Oh, there's the ward. It's going to force Gatsu to go away from that. Twitch looking for the flank to the side, right off to the side of the Wolf camp. Here comes a hook. It's not really going to work. They're trying to come in onto this now. Razor, they're going to take a lot of poke. Here goes Bush. He's by himself. He's going to get Meganar in a second. Whoa! They absolutely jump in now. Rattata only on the Razor, but here comes the Calicos 1 and 2. Zarek goes down almost immediately. Jamie is not even touched. Wolven being focused though. They are going to be able to take him down. Actually, there's the ultimate from Zilean. He completely turns around the fight. They're trying to keep it on the Bush. He's going to go down as well. It's going to be a double kill for him. Jamie's going to go down. It's going to be a 4 for nothing effectively. And Gatsu is still bloodhungry. He's still bloodhungry, bloodthirsty. He is so tanky. He doesn't even care. Honestly, they can get this tower. They can get an inhibitor. They can probably even get Baron. Fantastic turnaround there from Bears. They are really, really keeping these guys alive with the Zilean and the. In fairness to XJ, he is going in with absolutely no fear. Getting these awesome ultimates off, forcing Enlimit and Tristana to flash or run away from the fight, giving one ultimate free reign. We wait now to see where they go from this. They're probably just going to clear the jungle, clear the side lanes, set up for the Baron. Fantastic play now, and Twitch really, really is starting to get huge. It took a lot to try and take him down, and even when they did take him down, the Zilean was there so that he didn't have to be, you know, worrying about that. So he got the ultimate and he was able to keep alive in that fight, and that was very, very important. But if UNiTE are smart, they can use this opportunity to try and rush Baron. Not going to though. And nothing changes around the Baron things, but it is now a 8,000 gold lead in favor of the Bears. Let's see if they can keep it this time, as Wolven, I've been very, very impressed right now with his Twitch play. He's played exactly the way he needed to, when he needed to. So we wait to see Gatsu. Gonna just dodge out the ultimate, and Kappa taking a lot of harass actually right there. They need to push out these side lanes now. Bot lane's gonna push very, very slowly in favor of the Bears, and UNiTE know that. They might make a small rotation to try and push that back. They're trying to put a lot of farm as well onto Twitch. He's got his IE now. He's even bigger than he was. He's gonna look to try and maybe get, I assume he'll try to get his Banshee's Veil, so he's already got an inbuilt GA effectively. Oh, Boosh, what are you doing? You're actually caught out a little bit here. It's going to be forced to go back though. Razor able to scare them off. As we wait to see now exactly where everyone wants to go. Here we go now. This Baron dance, really, this is not the place you want to be caught out, UNiTE. This is not really what you want. Boosh, you are taking so much harass. He's going to get Meganar now in a moment. And that's another tanky stat he's going to lose. He's not got that much kite now. They can clear out Baron. Go for the vision control. It's going to be even harder for them to try and defend this. Ooh, Starku taking a huge chunk to the face. He's nearly got his he's got his Void Staff, so does Xerath. That's why it hurts so much, but if he lands a good shockwave, it could be the turning point of the game. This Baron, ooh, Wolven, you're in a sticky situation. He's actually going to get caught out a little bit. Ooh, Cocoa Pops, you need to be careful as well. Almost, God, jeez, that crit. He's actually going to try and go on top of him. Not going to quite get it, but oh, level 9. They're going to go completely on top of everybody. He's going to try jump in on top of Razor as well. Razor, you are not in a good situation. They missed the hook as well. Get dumped as Jarvan goes in. They sombrero the ultimate. It's going to be Jamie B2 getting out though, and Limit, you have no more escapes. It's going to be another kill. They have a minion way behind them. They can end the game now. This could be an absolutely fantastic win for Bears. They could go 4-2, bringing it up for them.
I'll be right.
As they go in now, Boosh, the only real person. Jamie B2 actually going to try to defend as well. Gatsu actually going to dodge out Wolven. They're going to be able to take one turret. Boosh, you have only got Mega Nart now. It's not really going to be enough. Gatsu is too tanky. There's 2 turrets. They're going to land a hook onto a minion. Not going to be enough. It's going to be 1-1. Bears taking this series to a draw. Very nicely played by them. It takes the series to 1-1. So let's recap that game very, very quickly. Honestly, absolutely fantastic play from both teams. But, as I said, it was the team fights where Bears wanted to fight. Honestly, they really should have tried to go... They really should have tried and get something UNiTE, from the side lanes. They should have kept Nart split pushing with his TP. He had got tankiness as well as damage. He would have been able to do a lot more. But it was not to be, unfortunately, for them. Congratulations to both teams. They go 1-1 in this series. And it's a very, very good series. And honestly, from this entire tournament, we have seen so many close games, so many great teams coming out. This tournament is completely wide open. The brackets right now, it is going to be 4-2 ending this round robin for the Bears. They are going to be waiting to see the results of the rest of the games. It is 1-1 for both for both the Relentless Gaming and UNiTE Gaming, and a 0-2 for Imperium Gaming as we wait for them to get their games underway. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this cast. I hope I wasn't too much as I was solo. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Please click the subscribe button if you haven't onto or follow button onto the Twitch, as you will get notifications of every time we go live for these awesome games. Next game is, I'm actually unsure of when the next game is, but when we find out, you will be guys will be the first ones to know. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. That's it from Gaming Leagues of Ireland. We will see you guys very, very soon.